Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. We are live tonight doing the live love outlook for the sign of Leo. All right. Before I get into it, just reminding you all that this month, the Fairies Oracle is the oracle that I'm giving away. It's a beautiful oracle deck. It's quite unusual. It's all, of course, based on fairy lore. It's very involved. It's a beautiful deck. It's illustrated by the great Brian Froud, who, of course, created the Fairies book, if those of you who might be familiar with that. And it's just lovely. So all you have to do to be eligible to win that is just to be subscribed to my channel, and just leave me a comment somewhere in one of my videos letting me know that you are interested in the giveaway. All right, guys, so let's get right into your spread, Leo. We're going to see what your outlook this week is for you and the lover, you and the connection that you have with someone. Excuse me. Take a minute, see if some people are going to join us here. And I'm going to start off with pulling out your spirits of darkness and light, to see what kind of spirits are working with you this week, working with your connection. This is a love connection outlook, so we're going to be pulling cards for you and your person, Leo. Let's start with your spirits. Here we go. I'm going to pull out your passive energy and your dominant energy, Spirit of the Pentacle and Spirit of Possession. Wow. So these are your two spirits for this week, Leo. Pretty intense. Spirit of the Pentacle is all about faith and unity, wholeness. You know, that loyalty, right? Union. And then we have Spirit of Possession. We're talking about specifically here sexual obsession, right? Somebody who uses you to a certain degree for sexual sort of desire, obsession, you know, incubus, succubus energy, right? So that's haven't had that one come out just yet from that oracle deck. So Leo, let's see what your animal spirits for the week are. Hey, Rock and Rob, how you doing? Trisha and Glenn, how you doing? Whew, two cards just popped out. These two popped out. I'm going to take them. The way they popped out, I've never seen two cards pop out like this from my decks. All right, guys, we have your two animal spirits, the golden egg and the rabbit. So someone's really afraid, right? That rabbit is all about very nervous energy, fearful energy, always worrying about who's going to come and gobble him up. It's very pessimistic. You know, the rabbit is very much, oh, woe is me, right? Just nervous, anxious, and just more than nervous and anxious, just genuinely frightened for themselves, you know, sort of frozen. It's earth energy. Now we have the golden egg, which is associated with the heart chakra, the fourth chakra. So the golden egg, of course, talks about opening up your heart, you know, showing warmth. How do we open up the heart chakra? We show warmth and nurturing. We provide an environment that feels safe, right? This is how we get the heart to open up. You know, safety. You know, it's as simple as that. We see that with any animal or with children. You know, if you can provide safety and nurturing, they will blossom. They will open up. They will share their innermost thoughts and feelings in a healthy space. And so golden egg energy talks about that. So Leo, let's see. What is your outlook for this week? What is your outlook for this week, you and your person? I am working, by the way, guys. Let me know what you think. I will be starting a cross-watcher series tomorrow. And it's called Passion, Patience, or Pain. It's going to be like, for instance, my Leo and me, passion, patience, or pain. Which is it this week? It's going to be specifically from the point of view of cross-watcher. So that'll be interesting. You guys should check me out for that. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on for you and your person. Show me. I'm going to see what state this connection is in. All right, guys, we have straight out, your person is resonating with the Eight of Wands this week, and you're resonating Four of Swords. They see you as a Page of Swords, and you're seeing them as the Magician. Their desire is strength. They desire strength in this relationship. And you desire Empress energy. The outcome for this week, Queen of Swords and the Sun for you. All right. Okay. Well. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Pentacles. So, a lot of work this week, a lot of practical work going on this week, right? Let's get right into it. That laugh got me curious. Sometimes I giggle. I don't know if I should always say what's on my mind, girl. The Eight of Wands and the Four of Swords. This is how you guys are resonating. So, Leo, your person is dealing with a lot of energy coming in. They're dealing with a lot. I think they feel very chaotic. I think they feel like they're having to listen to a lot of different opinions from a lot of different people. Hello, Marco Polo. Always good to see you in the chat. Eight of Wands is a need for boundaries. So your person is really overwhelmed this week. They're certainly coming into the week with a feeling of being overwhelmed. And I feel more than anything, it's a feeling of being overwhelmed because a lot of the energy and the messages that are coming to them are mixed messages, right? I hope this, for some reason, my screen is like, I hope the feed is okay. Let me know if the feed is like awful. Okay, there it is, 7:20. Okay, just want to make sure you guys are seeing a good stream. Yeah, it's a real feeling of chaos for them. And the chaos is because the messaging that's coming in is mixed. You know, it's very up and down. It's very chaotic. You may be dealing with somebody who has the kind of work that deals, you know, where they're dealing with a lot of people. They may even be dealing with a lot of people who need them, who are very vulnerable. It's just extremely chaotic. More than anything, it's just I want to say, the drain on them. They're going to be feeling very, very drained. Now, you're coming into the week with a Four of Swords, Leo. So your week is all about trying to figure out the next move, you know. Thank you, Rock and Rob. The next move, Four of Swords energy. You're really planning ahead, Leo. And you're staying calm. I want to say something. You Leos are staying very, very calm. Right now through this whole thing that a lot of us are going through. You're staying calm and you're really thinking about your next move. And this is exactly where you're at for this reading. You've already established a certain amount of stability in your life. You don't want to lose it by making hasty decisions. So you're really, really thinking like that this week. Now, this is how you and your person are resonating. And of course, need I say that this reading will not resonate for everyone. So if it doesn't apply to your situation, just let it go, right? Just take what helps you and let the rest go. But the Leo in this reading is thinking ahead. The Leo in this reading is wanting to maintain their stability that they've worked for. And they have a definite plan ahead of them. Now, this is interesting. How does your person see you and how do you see them? Well, they see you as a Page of Swords and you see them as a magician. So that's really, really nice energy. That's happy energy. That's supportive energy. They see you as somebody who is very, very positive. They see, hey, got to be more careful. What's going on? They see you as someone who is very positive. Page of Swords is very positive. Page of Swords is that very youthful sort of energy of not letting anybody get you down. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, Leo, your person sees that in you. And earlier, what I was saying with the Four of Swords, this is, you know, my Leos and my collective, like, you're not letting any of this shit get you down. You know, you're working ahead, you're staying positive, you're staying very much in Page of Swords energy, you're remaining clear, you're having sort of, and you're not letting self-doubt hold you back or letting other people's negativity hold you back. Your person sees this in you this week, and that's a nice thing. It's a good feeling that I have for them to see you this way, because I think that you are a source of probably inspiration for them, especially since they're coming into the week with this really chaotic energy. And here you are remaining very, very clear and very sort of focused. So I think to a certain degree, you're a real support for them. You see your person as magician energy, and I think this is the mutual respect that you guys have, because this magician energy that you're seeing in your person clearly You respect them. I think you're in a little bit of awe of them to a certain degree. Obviously, this is this is a nice connection here. This is a nice, I want to say, love connection. You believe in your person. You believe that they're extremely talented. And you see that they're very, very good at their job. They're very good at what they do. They resonate with the magician. The magician is the highest card for skill and talent. You may not be realizing how hectic things are for them, though. Okay, so this is one of the things for the reading to let you know, Leo. For those of you, you may not be realizing, you're seeing your person as a magician, so you may be seeing them on the surface really handling everything very, very well. But in actuality, they are coming in with a lot of chaos and a lot of sort of like, I want to say here, a lot on their plate. A lot on their plate, a lot of their energy being taken, right? Faith, unity, and wholeness, right? So this is a time I'm feeling that this week is a week where you guys really need to work together. There is fear here. The spirit of the rabbit is coming in, and I don't think that your person is naturally a fearful person, but I think that the nature of all this chaos coming in here for them is causing anxiety, is causing a little bit of fear, right? Is causing and that specific type of anxiety that's associated with the rabbit, which is that fear of impending doom. That fear that something is something bigger, stronger, more powerful is going to come and sort of disrupt your life in some way. It's a feeling of helplessness to a certain degree. And I don't think that your person generally feels like that. Remember, this is just a snapshot. Hey, patty cakes. This is just a snapshot into a week for a connection that a Leo has with their lover, right? So this is not indicative of the relationship of as a whole or of your person. This is not to say that this is their animal spirit. But this week, there's a little bit of fear coming in. This week, for this connection, there's a little bit of angst coming in. What does your person desire? Well, it makes perfect sense that, they're coming in with chaos, 8 of Wands. They desire strength, Major Arcana 8. So this is what I was talking about with the 8 in tarot. The 8 is associated, of course, with strength. And Leo, by the way, this is your tarot card. So not only does your person desire strength, but they desire the type of strength that that the Leo spirit can give. Strength of handling your emotions, But the flip side to the 8, to maintaining your strength, is maintaining boundaries. And 8 is also the number for maintaining boundaries in tarot. And so when we are disciplined with ourselves, when we are restrictive with ourselves, that those boundaries that we put on ourselves, right, is a way of maintaining our strength. The boundary that we set with others is a way also of maintaining our strength. So your person is desiring that. They're desiring the strength to be able to say, look, this energy could be coming from people who are close to them, could be coming from family. We're going to get into a little bit of clarifiers in just a second. So this is lovely. They're desiring exactly the type of strength that you can provide. Now, what do you desire? You have Empress energy here. So you want to be the nurturer, right? And you're absolutely perfectly sort of placed and positioned emotionally right now to be that. You are like the rock. You see what I'm saying? This is what I was saying earlier. This week, you're the rock. And even though you know that your person is extremely talented, you know that your lover is the magician, they still need you to definitely be the rock. They may even need you to help them to sort of maintain some of these boundaries because, of course, you would, you know how to do this, right? Empress energy is absolutely resonating with the golden egg when we talk about the heart chakra being open. Also, we do have some sexual obsession here with the spirit of obsession. The Empress is generally associated with procreative energy, associated with general creative energy, taking care of the mind, body, and soul, luxuriating. But there's also a little bit of sexiness there. So you're feeling a little bit of sexiness. You may be wanting a little bit of that too in your life. You may be wanting a little bit more sex, a little bit more physical connection, right? You may even be wanting to have a child. For some of you, this is just as a feeling that's just come to me. May only be for one or two of you out there. But you may be wanting a child because the Empress can, certainly when the Empress is in a position of what we desire, it can be motherhood that you desire. Now let's go ahead and follow, let's go ahead and get into these clarifiers and see how this message gets teased out a little bit. We're going to go a little bit deeper. See, maybe we can find the source of this chaos for your person and whatever other energies are at play. I think Spirit of the Pentacle definitely here, you know, you guys want to remain a unit throughout. And then, of course, I'm going to get to the final cards, what needs to happen and what's coming in for you guys. It's a nice reading. It's a nice reading for Leo who's, you know, you are with someone. You guys are definitely a Bonnie and Clyde sort of connection in the sense that it's you guys against the world, right? But this week, you are specifically being asked to be a little bit more sort of supportive and nurturing. Not saying that you're not, Leo. You probably already are. But again, once again, you know, your person is resonating with something that you may not necessarily be seeing, right? They're seeing you legitimately as where your head is at. They're seeing you as Page of Swords, and you have Swords energy. You're clear. You have clarity. But for you, they are resonating with a little bit of chaos here, and you're not necessarily seeing that. So it could just be, like I said, that there's just something there, some stressors there that they... You know, they're not necessarily coming right out and telling you they're dealing with. They don't want to be like, wah, you know what I mean? But they need you. So 3 of Wands, it's a feeling of having to sit back, patience, energy. King of Cups for them and Hanged Man. So awareness is coming in. For you, we have 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups. Ooh, interesting. 8 of Swords. Uh-oh. Okay, Leo. Uh-oh, what is that all about? So, bottom of this deck, we have the Tower. Shit, there's a Tower moment coming. So something's going on here, right? Something's going on here. So maybe the spirit of obsession, you know, see, it's there for you with that Empress energy, but we're talking about sexual obsession, incubus, succubus. There may be something going on with your person. I'm going to be honest with you. There may be something going on with your person to do with a sexual obsession of some sort. There's a Tower moment coming, and there's the Empress again. There's a Tower moment coming, right? Right? Uh-oh, patty cakes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wow, you know? Okay, so let's talk about it. Your person has 3 of Wands, King of Cups, Hanged Man. So King of Cups, they're wanting to be... Listen, King of Cups is Don Juan energy, right? 3 of Wands is wanting to make a move, but you're really kind of stuck. You're not sure which way you want to go. So they're stuck. They want to move forward, but they're waiting for some information to come in. They're waiting for some information to come in. And King of Cups, I'm feeling here, is very much Don Juan energy. Are you dealing with somebody who's a bit of a player, Leo? You know what I'm saying? Like, you love them and all that. You see them as magician energy. You love them. But that King of Cups coming out is very player energy coming into this for me. I'm going to be honest with you. You want to hear it straight out? Okay, I'm going to tell you straight out. I feel like your person is a lot of chaotic energy coming in with this 8 of Wands because they are dealing with 2 scenarios. They may be dealing with somebody else. They may be dealing with a couple of other people. The feelings are chaotic because... they're all over the place emotionally. They want to make a move, but they're not really quite sure. They want to have their cake and eat it too. 3 of Wands energy here feels to me like somebody who wants to make a move, but they're having to wait. They're pissed off that they have to wait, but they're having to wait before they make their decision. The type of decision like, well, let me wait to see if the person, for instance, if you're going to leave somebody to be with somebody else, an example would be this person will be waiting to see, well, let me first make sure that this other person I'm going to go with is ready to leave whoever they're with and do whatever they need to do. Like, I'm not going to make my move here until they make their move there. The fact that they're even thinking like that is already like, you know, it's already a problem, right? That's already a challenge. That's already a crisis in the relationship. But it's also very manipulative, and it's also very sort of calculating for their own good, right? This is an energy that's coming in here. King of Cups, they're feeling very... So you might be dealing with somebody who feels like they're the shit. Like, they are the shit. Like, they can have whoever they want. They can have whatever they want. And they're feeling that right now. This is not to say that they don't like you, they don't love you, right? There's no sort of animosity here towards you, which is really interesting. There's no feeling of sort of like, you know, that you guys are actually in any challenge or that you guys are actually in any battle here. right? There's no battle here. There's no battle. There's no antagonistic energy. There is sexual obsession. There is fear. There is the hanged man wanting to have inspiration coming in. Now, what are you dealing with? Nine of Cups is contentedness, right? So you're very happy, but Nine of Cups is hermit energy. It is being very, very happy in a relationship, but it's not the Ten of Cups. It's not the marriage. It's not the commitment. It's just short of that. Right? A lot of times we associate Nine of Cups with being very, very happy and blissed out and just content, right? Yeah, we're content, but it's a nine. Nine is the hermit energy. It is not the 10 where we would see that long-term commitment and moving forward. So a lot of times Nine of Cups is sort of, the couple that is happy to sort of just live together and not be married, right? So there is that feeling there, right? There is that happiness there. There's that contentedness there. But I think Leo, for some of you Leos who are resonating with this, I think it's a little bit of like, I'm happy with him, but I would love this to just get to that 10. I would love for this to just get to that deeper level of inspiration, deeper level of commitment. Hello, Lynn Starcy, wannabe. Let's go further for you, Leo. Seven of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So Seven of Cups, you're going to wake up this week. This is your tower moment because you're going to realize this week that you have been unrealistic about this relationship. All right? Unrealistic about this relationship. So what's going on here? And this is really interesting because up until we got the clarifiers, this is why I always pull clarifiers. Because the energy here between the two of you is not necessarily, like I said, hostile or angry. There are no, you have no fives, right? You don't have any five energy. You don't have any battle, power struggle energy here, right? And so, everything still applies what I said earlier. There's still this chaotic feeling. There's still a lot of mixed messages coming in for them. They still really require strength. But this is very much a case of somebody who wants their cake and eat it too. And what you're going to be realizing this week, the tower moment, is that I think you're going to be realizing that everything that you thought about this relationship is, not everything, but a lot of it is false. Seven of Cups is very unrealistic. It's a pie in the sky. It's, it's the happily ever after, but it's that unrealistic happily ever after because there's no basis in reality. There's no, Seven of Cups, in some decks, it's called the card for delusion. Last month, I gave away the Beautiful Creatures deck. In that deck, the Seven of Cups is called delusion. And I don't want to say that you're being delusional, but I do want to say, Leo, for some of you, you have been dealing with an absolute player, like King of Cups player. Like you can almost not be faulted for thinking that everything was all right and everything was gravy and you guys had wholeness and unity here. You would almost, faith also. Spirit of Pentacles is faith energy, right? So you had faith here. Remember I said earlier when I pulled these cards, I pulled the spirit cards divination style now because I find them much more powerful that way. This was the passive energy. This was the aggressive energy. The passive energy was all about faith and unity. The aggressive energy is sexual obsession. So while you're having faith, this is your passive energy, but what's overpowering this relationship is not the wholeness and the unity, and your faith is not able to carry it. At the end of the day, the dominant force here is the spirit of possession, and I think that's what your person is dealing with. You might be dealing with somebody who is a sexual addict. You may be dealing with somebody who for all intents and purposes, they may be telling you that this is not who they are and they keep trying and yada, yada, yada. They may be very, very stuck in that way with the Hanged Man energy. Although Hanged Man energy is waking up, right? When you pull the Hanged Man, it's all about a moment of waking up. Now, this is something that's coming in for them as well, and I'm going to get to that in a minute, but I want to make sure this video doesn't go too long. We're good, 24 minutes. Now, Leo, Seven of Cups. And what really concerns me is this Eight of Swords here. Because the Eight of Swords is a very toxic energy. It's an energy of being stuck. It's an energy of blaming other people. It's an energy of not taking responsibility when you find yourself in situations of alienation, right? Eight of Swords can be very like that kind of like, more than anything, it's a victim mentality, right? Yes, we can absolutely be a victim in a fucked up relationship. Yes, we can absolutely be the victim of someone, but there is a fine line between being victimized, realizing you've been victimized, and now allowing yourself to be victimized, or making excuses for why you can no longer get yourself out of that situation. And I'm not even going to get into that whole, like, every situation is different. I'm talking specifically about Eight of Swords energy. Eight of Swords energy is very, very sort of toxic energy, because this is someone who is oftentimes they have a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like their own attitudes towards life calls in this toxicity, calls in a feeling of being a victim, calls in gaslighting tactics. You know what I mean? This has come out for you, and it's opposite your person's Hanged Man. And I think you want to be very careful here, Leo, because I think to a certain degree, you are dealing with somebody who is like this, but by being with them, you may be taking on a little bit of that energy. You need clarity to come in for you, and this is how we get to your final card, which tells you what you need. Your final card, what is needed? For you, it's the Sun, it's clarity, and it's growth. Eight of Swords, I really feel strongly that the person you're dealing with has a lot of Eight of Swords energy, like in the sense that they are a player, but they are like, take no responsibility for the damage that their player ways, cause, right? It's not my fault everybody's in love with me. It's not my fault everybody thinks I'm cute. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault I'm the shit. It's not my fault. Like one of them, right? It's not my fault you're upset because you're not happy with yourself and I am happy with myself. It's that, it's that bullshit reverse psychology. It's gaslighting. Somebody causes your life to be miserable and then they act as if it's all your fault, Now, that is Eight of Swords energy, but the problem with Eight of Swords energy generally in relationships is that, yes, one person may be guilty of it, but the other person begins to adopt that behavior very quickly by staying in it. And this is what I worry about here, Leo. I think that you've been dealing with somebody who has been exhibiting this Eight of Swords energy, this lack of taking responsibility for themselves for such a long time. You are running the risk of possibly taking on that type of attitude. You really, 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 really need the Sun and the Empress. And I think this is coming in for you, Leo. This week, you're going to realize that it's all about you, that you really need to put your energy into yourself. Your heart energy needs to open up for you. The Sun needs to come in. I think you're going to get clarity. There is a tarot moment here. I think you're going to wake up and realize that you've been dealing with somebody. You've maybe even been making excuses for them. All that. All of that. And again, I think you're dealing with somebody who is, yes, they aren't necessarily so evil or mean or bad. Like, they're not necessarily, like I said, I don't feel like they're purposely trying to hurt you. You know what I mean? I think that they're just so self-absorbed. The energy I get here is that you're dealing with somebody who's so self-absorbed that, whether or not they're hurting you isn't even something that they're thinking about. You know what I'm saying? It's not even something, that is on their radar. So it's not that they're being so horrible. It's not that they're being purposefully sort of evil or manipulative. Yes, they're being manipulative, but not just for the purpose of hurting you. But they're just that selfish. And what needs to happen for them? Well, they need to have a piece of your mind. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Queen of Swords has come in for their position. And Queen of Swords, I feel in this case, is absolutely you resonating with telling them something. They need to have a wake-up call, and that's the Hanged Man coming in, right before that Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is all about letting people know exactly where they get off. Queen of Swords is letting people know who she is. Remember with Swords energy, I said earlier, the Page of Swords is that beginning rung. Pages are always earth. And pages always represent that overcoming that initial fear in a suit. With Swords, we have the mental, we have confidence, we have our psyche, the way we see the world, the way we communicate. So Page of Swords is all about that, overcoming that doubt, that fear, that fear of following your own thoughts or having your own thoughts or standing up for your own thoughts. But as we resonate up to the Queen, here with the Queen, we talk about the Queen being absolutely honest with her feelings and who she is. She doesn't cover up who she is at all. She doesn't hide who she is. Queens are always water. So if you imagine water of air, she is making sure that the truth, her sword of truth is in line with her open heart chakra. I would say that the Queen is probably an example of the conduit between the throat chakra and the heart chakra, how the two work in tandem, right? You know, the heart chakra and the throat chakra these are two chakras that work best when they work together and when they are open, right? So that your throat chakra is expressing your heart and your heart is fueling your communication. And the Queen is a good representation of that. And this is in his or her. I don't know why I'm saying his. Could be a he, but my readings are not gender. They're gender neutral, not gender specific. Could be a male, female. Nevertheless, your person needs to hear from the Queen in you. It's definitely to stand up and to let them know, because there's definitely a tower moment coming. There's something happening this week that's going to wake you up to something. And it's definitely by the end of the week, you're the one who's going to come out with clarity. But there definitely needs to be a conversation here. You know? All right, guys. I am going to leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? This is why we do the clarifiers, right? Because, you know, the reading is one vibe, but then we got to go a little bit deeper and see where it goes. And this took a real turn. This is definitely, you know, to recap, guys, this is a reading for a Leo who is dealing with a player, who's dealing with somebody who may even be a sexual addict to a certain degree. They have a certain amount of sexual obsession. They're very entitled. They're very much the player. And male, female, doesn't matter. And this week is a week of really waking up to that and taking your power back. And I want to say, definitely realizing that you're dealing with somebody that, even though, this is the most important thing I want to say to you, Leo, even though this person is not necessarily, like I said, evil, like purposely trying to hurt you, purposely simply trying to manipulate you, even though they're, you know, everything, the pain and the different confusion and everything that they're causing is because of who they are and because of their self-absorption, right? It doesn't change the fact that having this person in your life is toxic. So they don't have to be purposely trying to screw you over to have a damaging effect on your life, because it is just simply their toxicity. It's the toxicity of the way they behave that will seep into your life and into your being to a certain degree, and just into your life experience. So sometimes, you know, it's like, you know, sometimes we stay with people because they haven't exactly hurt us, or they haven't exactly, you know what I mean? It's like all of these like excuses or reasons why, because, you know, they haven't turned out to be a complete monster. But what you don't realize oftentimes with people who are a little bit of, you know, sugar along with that poison is that the poison is still there. And the poison still seeps in. And even though there's a little bit of sugar there to make it go down easier, there's still poison coming in. Do you know what I mean? And to have that Eight of Swords and Seven of Cups, this relationship is not at all what you expected it to be. This relationship is not at all giving you what you want. I don't think. Not really. You have that Nine of Cups here. I think maybe for a while you've been hoping that this would go to the next level of commitment, but there's always some reason why it doesn't. You know, so look out for yourself, Leo. I love you guys so much. I do love Leos. I'm a Sagittarius myself, but guess what? I got my moon in Leo. All right, guys, I am going to leave it at that. It's a lot of hard work coming in for you this week as well. Page of Pentacles is a lot of real labor-intensive work coming in this week for you. You're going to be doing a lot of running around. Don't forget to let me know, guys, if you're interested in the Fairies Oracle giveaway this month. All you have to do is be subscribed to my channel and let me know if you are interested in the giveaway. At the end of the month, come check me out and watch the winner video and see if your name is announced. Even if you don't watch my channel all month, make sure you come back at the end of the month just to see if you're the winner, because then I'll need you to contact me, give me your details so I can send out the deck to you. All right, Leo, I hope you enjoyed this. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. Share it on your social media platforms. Don't forget to come back for my new Crosswatcher series. I'm starting tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm going to start off, as I always do, with Aries. My Aries and me, passion, patience, or pain. What is it going to be for the week? So it's a good way to do a Crosswatcher outlook for you. It'll be for anyone who is dating, for instance, someone with Aries energy. So it's not so much about your chart. It's about your lover's chart. So that's going to be pretty interesting. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. that, I have one more love outlook to do, which is Virgo. And so I'm going to take a little break and then I'll be back to finish off the weekly love outlooks with the Virgo weekly. But for right now, guys, please stay safe, stay healthy, and most of all, stay kind and loving to each other. I love you all, and I'll see you in a little while. Bye-bye now.